Okay, everybody, welcome to yet another Bittensor brief. Today, we're going to be covering Data Universe Subnet 13. So Data Universe, right? Just like what it sounds like, it's a big superstore of scraped data. So before Data Universe, before Bittensor made this sort of thing possible, this sort of social data scraping was only available to Web 2 companies for a lot of money. So you just couldn't get it any other way, right? So the reason why this sort of capability of grabbing data from Reddit and X wasn't readily available before Subnet 13 is that enterprises would have to build their own scraping farm, like their own crawler, effectively, which would go out and get this data and sift it and sort it. And, you have to have a lot of machines to do that. That's a very machine-intensive thing, which is a very good thing for a Bittensor subnet, very bad thing for most companies, right? But if you have a bunch of machines out there that can make tokens for mining data on command, this is exactly the sort of task that Bittensor is perfectly suited towards. So Subnet 13, this army of scrapers and sorters and sifters, powers a lot of different subnets inside of Bittensor. So I know that Ready AI, which is a Scale.ai competitor inside of Bittensor, Subnet 33, which annotates scrape data. They actually don't scrape the data themselves. They use Subnet 13, this subnet, to actually go out and grab the data and bring it back in. And then Subnet 33 augments that data by annotating it with metadata and organizing it to make it more ingestible for AI training models. So they sort of do another, pre-processing step before feeding it into training AI models. So, but the actual raw scrape is done by Data Universe Subnet 13. There are a number of subnets increasingly using Data Universe Subnet 13 to do the scrape for them. So data fuels every market, from marketing to AI training. And traditional data APIs are pretty costly and limited. Subnet 13 provides open and affordable access. On top of that, you can actually do your own scrape. You can specify what you want to see. Like, you want to basically you want to scrape X for a certain keyword or Reddit for a certain keyword. You want to constrain the scrape to a specific subreddit or a specific YouTube channel. Subnet 13, Data Universe, lets you do that. So you can do your own custom scraping. So open data enables innovation in business intelligence, political research, academia, and AI. Over 55 billion rows of social media data has been collected by Subnet 13, and it's growing by 1.1 billion per week. And it scrapes from X, so formerly Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube. And if you get those three, that covers 75% of all social conversations on the internet. And it's updated every 30 seconds via an API. So the core features of Subnet 13 Data Universe, the Gravity tool. So Gravity tool is an LLM-powered scraper. So it's not just a scraper; it's powered by AI itself, and it builds data sets based on keywords and criteria in minutes. Then there's the Dataset Marketplace, which provides thousands of clean, structured data sets with trending tags and smart filters. So they basically, Data Universe has prepackaged and pre-scraped what they see as very popular data sets that a lot of people are looking for. So they've already figured out most people want this. So we'll do the scrape for them, and then we'll just make it available for purchase. So it's sort of like, Walmart of data, right? Exactly what it sounds like. The Nebula 3D interface, so visualize clusters, keywords, and top contributors sort of at a glance. And the sentiment analysis dashboard. You can understand emotion, tone, and influence across networks. So when you first go to the macrocosmos.ai site, you come here, and this is the marketplace of ready-made, clean, and enriched data sets that have already been scraped and collected by the team at Macrocosmos. Here are the most popular data sets, so everything around the iPhone 17 launch, and as you can see here, it's got 27,000 records derived from X and from Reddit. Again, the same thing here for the mayoral election in New York City, which recently occurred. Mamdani, Cuomo, and Sliwa sentiment analysis, 600 records, 17 keywords off of Reddit and X again. So pretty much, most popular topics they will have covered here, and you can just go buy these pre-made ready data set, or you can create your own. So there's actually a facility here which allows you to go and build your own a data set. And you do that by adding a new task. So here we go. So I'm in the create my own task section, which is pretty cool. So give it a name. So I'm going to call this one Bittensor. I'm going to show you how I created my own data set. Date range October 10th to the 9th of November. So on Reddit, I'm just going to select for keywords. So first keyword, Bittensor. Click add. Bloom, there it goes. I'm also going to look for the pound sign or the $ tau. So there we go. Now I've added 2 keywords. It's going to search through all of Reddit. I could have focused it on a subreddit if I wanted to, but I'm going to actually open it all to all of Reddit. And then now I'm going to do the same thing on keyword Bittensor on X. Let's do tau as well. So add tau. So there we go. And if I wanted to you can do the same thing on YouTube. Now, this isn't beta. Apparently, you can only collect from a selected channel. So let's pick everybody's favorite YouTube channel, Mark Jeffrey, which is where the Hash Rate podcast that you're watching right now is hosted. Click add. Boom. There it goes. And to launch the data collection, I just click on launch data collection, which I'm going to do here. And off it goes. And then once this happens, all of the miners inside of Subnet 13 are made aware of this new task, which is kicked off, and they're given this task to actually go out and do the scraping and collect this data from those sources. Yeah, so this is a task which I kicked off running 18 minutes ago, and I just basically started doing data collection for Bittensor. As you can see, it's sort of in the middle of its collection here. So let's click on it and see how it's doing. And I basically decided to scrape Twitter or X and Reddit to grab everything it could find related to Bittensor or tau, the keywords. Only Bittensor on X. I didn't feel like doing both there, but Reddit I decided to do deep dive on. So now it's collecting records, and it's given me an estimated price here of 28 cents so far for what it's been able to scrape. And I'm scraping between the 10th of October and the 9th of November, which is the day in which I'm recording this. So, roughly a month's worth of data on Bittensor and tau coming out of Reddit and X. And when this is done, I can click on build dataset and buy it and download it. Okay, now while I'm waiting for my jobs to load, I'm going to pick one of these reports here to download. So let's go get, how about NVIDIA AI chips earning sentiment US? So click on that. Oh, this is an expensive report. It cost me $3. And click on buy now. And this would allow me, I'm not going to do it because that would spend my money and I don't want to do that. But I could purchase this data set. And then when I get it, it would give me a spreadsheet that I could download and then start using on my end in any way that I see fit. Okay, so some Subnet 13 data universe partnerships and integrations. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of Bittensor subnets use 13 to power their own offerings in Bittensor. Some examples are Score, Subnet 44, uses Subnet 13 data to link sports conversations with soccer match or football match outcomes. Towler Labs, so Michael Towler agent, I'm not sure what that is. But Gaia, Subnet 57, that one I know. So that's a weather subnet. Integrates Gravity to humanize weather reporting. Tau.app, Savant. So Savant is sort of a chat GPT AI on Tau.app. So think about chat GPT, but it's extremely conversant in all things Bittensor. So Savant gets its training data from Subnet 13 datasets. So again, you have a Bittensor offering, which is composed on top of Subnet 13, another Bittensor offering, right? So Subnet and multi-offering in Bittensor composability, once again, at work here. So some potential use cases for Subnet 13 Data Universe, AI and LLM development. So you get high volume clean data for AI model training, research and academia, so historical and live social data for behavioral analysis, so things like the sentiment analysis for the mayoral race in New York, which recently occurred, media and communications, so look for stories, story discovery, and public reaction tracking, politics and government, public opinion tracking and policy validation, the mayoral race in New York, for example, marketing and PR, so sentiment tracking and trend discovery. So you could use it on Bittensor, right? See how popular Bittensor and Tau is on X and on Reddit. See how it's doing. See what people are saying about it, or do the same thing for a specific subnet within the Bittensor universe, even Subnet 13. So the future vision of Subnet 13: expand to new data sources. So academic archives, JSTOR, which I'm not sure what that is, web retrieval. And to grow its user base through Web 2 through outreach and education. So we don't want to just be, sort of inside of the Bittensor universe. Bittensor's little darling for doing data scrapes, although it is that already. This has much wider applications in other Web 2 companies. They just don't know that they can actually get such high quality data at such vast volume from social media so cheaply and so quickly, and with such degree of precision and customization. So the world out there needs to know more about Subnet 13 Data Universe. And finally, Data Universe wants to become the foundational layer for AI-ready open data across all of Bittensor. I think they've actually already achieved that. It's definitely the go-to scrape tool that everybody's using as far as I can tell. So congratulations and future success on that. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into my tasks here, see how my scrape is doing that I kicked off earlier. Okay, so my scrapes I got two of them running here, and they're both kind of off and running. One's been going for 36 minutes, one's been going for 14 minutes. Let's see how this guy's doing. Okay, so it's got nearly 6,000 records collected here. 28 cents, so not terribly expensive so far. It's obviously the price is going up as it scrapes more. So I found 197 records on Reddit and 5.38 thousand over on X. Now, when it's done, I can go over here and click on Build Data Set. And I'm just going to sort of do that right now. So I click on Build Data Sets 2. So here we go. So now it's building my CSV that I can download. Don't know exactly how long this will take, but we'll wait and see. Okay. So now it looks like, okay, so it's actually not done yet. So dataset building has started. I'll be notified by email when the dataset is ready. And it's going to ding me 28 cents. And I've got like $4 loaded in there right now. So shouldn't be an issue. And when that happens, basically I'll be able to download it'll notify me by email. I'll be able to download the CSV. Boom, got my custom dataset from Subnet 13. Magic. Okay, so when I first come to the Macrocosmos site, I'd have to create an account if I hadn't already done that. But I've actually used Macrocosmos Subnet 13 myself in the past for something else. So I've already got an account, so I don't need to actually create one here. So I'm just going to sign in with Google. And that lets me in the front door, but that's where you would normally go to create your account. Oh, cool. Bitcoin cycle. Let's go see what this one looks like. Oh, wow. $14. Okay. So that's a little expensive. A little more. Well, I mean, it seems expensive compared to everything else, but you got to remember, if you're going to go to another company to get this kind of information, it's going to cost you a lot more. They're going to charge you hundreds of dollars, thousands, maybe, depending on who you go to. Here, $14. Pretty cheap. Orders of magnitude cheaper than the competition. Okay, so that's it. My name is Mark Jeffrey. This has been yet another Bittensor brief. I hope you enjoyed it. Subnet 13, Data Universe. I love it. So should you. Go use it. Talk to y'all next time.